Bloomington Planned Parenthood reported last year that they performed 900 breast exams and 200 pap smears last year. But then again, there were also 700 abortions committed here. And that's about 350 girls' lives ended. So just as other people have mentioned, this is the true war on women and children. And really, just what are the medical screening benefits rendered by Planned Parenthood? So I'm a surgeon, and in the 7 years that I've gone to our local multidisciplinary tumor conference, I never saw a single cancer case that was referred to the medical oncologists, radiation oncologists, or surgical oncologists from Planned Parenthood, which is really unbelievable. If these were Medicare patients, if they were billing for cancer screenings, the auditors would say that this was gross Medicare fraud. The Planned Parenthood abortionists are the worst preventive care practitioners in town. They should get an F in preventive care and should be sent back to medical school for remediation. So their business model, as has been alluded to, their business model is this: give young people free contraception. When the contraception fails, then the newly created life is deemed a failure, and then Planned Parenthood is there to murder the inconvenient child. This would be analogous to me handing out filtered low-tar cigarettes to all the teenagers in town, and then sometime later being there to operate on their tumors caused by tobacco. And then regarding the 700 abortions committed yearly, the developing fetuses that are terminated or killed by Planned Parenthood are fully human babies. And this is settled scientific fact. In 1843, it was discovered that fertilization of the egg by sperm initiates embryogenesis. Modern cell biology further shows us that human gestation, from contraception through delivery, is a precisely organized process directed toward only a single potential: a fully human person journeying along the well-delineated stages of human development. The fetus is not just a clump of cells or a product of conception. It is a human being that is busy with all the cellular processes that make up the business of human life: unique human genetic coding, independent energy production and transport, waste management, cellular transport, intracellular boundaries, and cellular defenses. These are all characteristics of unique and independent living organisms. None of these characteristics are present in inanimate objects, such as clumps of dirt or clumps of rocks. Furthermore, 3D ultrasound is now giving us a window into the womb, and it's clearly demonstrated that fully human beings in the womb have fully human anatomy. The developing fetus never differentiates into an amphibian, a kitten, or a walnut. It is distinctly human and fully human, a unique human person. So just what then is Planned Parenthood doing? And it's obvious, they're killing people. So I want to read a quote from a pro-abortion author, Magna Deans. She wrote a book called In Necessity and Sorrow: Life and Death Inside an Abortion Hospital. Here, an abortionist describes executing babies. She says, quote, all of a sudden, one noticed that at the time of the saline infusion, there was a lot of activity in the uterus. It wasn't fluid currents. It was obviously the fetus being distressed by swallowing a salt solution and kicking violently through the death trauma. You can either face it or turn around and say it's uterine contractions. That, however, would be repressing, since as a doctor, you obviously know that it is not true. Now, whether you admit this to the patient is another matter. Her distress by the unwanted pregnancy is to be the primary consideration, ahead of any possible consideration for the fetus. We just have to face it. Somebody has to do it. Unfortunately, we are the executioners in this instance, unquote. So as has been said before, and this is true, this is the tyranny of the living, and it is the most horrific atrocity of our time. Thank you.